everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I want to do a quick walkthrough, and then we will have a tutorial really super quick on how I made the box and the belly band for this project. So one of the things I'm trying to do with my hashtag Crafty Stash 2024 group is to smash my stash, and I have a whole bunch of this simple story, simple vintage lemon twist ephemera pieces left over. I have no paper left over, like none, and I can't find it anywhere. I haven't tried online. I probably can order some, but I'm trying not to buy anything, so I'm trying to kind of use up what I had. So I wanted to make something that I thought would be really cute, really useful, and also something for the craft fair that I'm going to be doing here in a couple days. So what I ended up doing was going through my stash of papers, and I found some yellow cardstock that I thought would match. I found some teal paper, and I made this box, and I used these foam stickers from the collection and the foam bees, used the foam heart and then a couple chipboard hearts here, and then a sticker on the back. And I made this specifically because one of the things that I did buy when I bought all of this collection was I bought recipe cards, and I wanted to make a gift that would hold not only recipe cards, but also a little journal and then one of my glitter pens. Okay, so I designed this box. It's really simple. I'm going to walk you through it. And then I added the recipe cards. These I got from Hobby Lobby. So there's a pack of those, and then I just made a glitter pen to go with it, and then this little mini composition book. I had one left over from all of my projects that I've been doing. So I used little bits of paper that were left over from here, layered a bunch of stickers on here, added some ribbon from my stash, little enamel dot, and just covered that book and just made a cute little notebook to go in here. So this is going to be a really cute gift. Didn't decorate this because of the belly band on here. So I kept that simple, but I did put a couple stickers on the inside, and I left the inside pretty plain because I just didn't want to use a lot of paper since I didn't really have a lot of paper. But it is sized perfectly so that your recipe cards will fit in here. And then I put the pen in, just put it on the top there, and then that just slides right in there just like that. And then it closes up, and then all of this can fit in here. What a cute little gift idea for someone you know who loves to cook. So you could also do, if you resize this a little bit, I think, let me double check my measurements. Yeah, because it's only 4 1/4. If you resized it a little bit, you could do greeting cards in here. You can do all kinds of stuff. So this would be a really great little gift box for the person who you know likes to cook in your life. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial. I promise it's super, super, super simple. Okay, see you in a minute. So now that we've seen the walkthrough of this super simple project, I'm going to go ahead and do a real quick tutorial on it. So we're going to use What's Cooking by Country Craft Creations. This is a great collection that's really awesome for recipes, and I absolutely adore it. It has such a cool retro 50s vibe to it, and I just love it. Couple things to note is that I was able to cut all the pattern paper out of one piece of paper. If you choose a pattern paper that has at least one non-directional side, then you'll be able to get the whole thing out of one piece of paper. So in the tutorial, I chose to use this paper here because the opposite side was this, so it's pretty non-directional. So just be aware, if you choose one that has two sides that are directional, you'll probably need 2 pieces of paper for this project. Now I am using Artisan cardstock, I'm using black, and I'm using red. So I used 1 sheet of each of those. So it's a really super quick project to make with just 2 pieces of cardstock and 1 to 2 pieces of pattern paper, and then whatever embellishments you want to use. So this is what I'm using, and we're going to do this really quick because it is really easy. So this is a demo piece. So you're going to need for the box a piece of cardstock that is 9 1/4 by 12. You're going to put it in your scoreboard, and you're going to score it at 1/2, 1 1/2, 7 3/4, and 8 3/4. And I'm going to leave this here so you can take a screenshot because the instructions are right there on that Post-it note. So then we're going to turn it, and on the 12 we're going to score at 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 8 and 9. And that's all we're gonna do, okay? So I'm gonna turn this back here. I'm gonna leave it there for a second. Make sure you get a screenshot or you're able to pause it and write it down. So again, on the 9 1/4, you're gonna score it 1/2, 1 1/2, 7 3/4, and 8 3/4. And then you're gonna turn it on the 12. You're gonna score it at 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 8, and 9. So that's going to give you a 2 3/4 inch piece. This is going to be the top or the flap of the box, and then this piece down here should be 3 inches, and that's going to be kind of the front of the box, okay? So then once you do that, we're going to trim some pieces, and I'll mark the pieces that we're going to trim out and talk you through it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to you're going to cut this top section out here. This is all going to go away. So on both sides, we're going to just cut those out, and these will all go away, okay? Then on the bottom, these 2 little squares that we created here are going to make tabs, okay? So we're going to have to miter those like so, okay? And then you're going to just trim the rest of that out, okay? All of that is going to go as well, okay? So we'll do that. You'll cut straight there, and we'll cut all of the rest of that out, okay? Really simple. That's all you're going to need to do. And then when you get that done, you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this, okay? So I've already got it cut and ready to go. I just wanted to show you what that's going to look like. So here's your 2 little tabs here, and I have mitered those because those are going to attach to the inside of our box here, okay? I hope that makes sense. I'm doing this, like I said, really super quick, okay? So just like that. So we have our piece. Then we're going to get rid of this, and I'll show you. We're going to get my corner rounder, and I wanted to, this is going to be the flap. I wanted to corner round this, and I'm using my little scallop corner rounder from We Are Memory Keepers. So I'm just going to trim those, and then these 2 pieces here, when we fold this up, the tabs go in and the box goes up like this. I wanted these to kind of be rounded as well. So what I'm going to do is just round those top 2, and this punch worked just perfect for that. So I'm just going to trim those 2 top ends only because they are going to show. And it'll help keep the sides of the box kind of more sturdy as well, okay? So once you have all that, we're not going to cover anything, whoops, we're not going to cover anything on the inside with pattern paper. We're going to leave it as is. I do have one piece that we're going to decorate with, but that's going to be it. It's real simple. But we're going to flip this over and we're going to decorate the back and everything, and I've got these pieces all ready to go. So we've got the piece here for the back, and remember this is for the front. That'll go here, and then we're going to have our front piece that will go upside down when we turn it. It'll make more sense. You will need a couple pieces for the top and the bottom and pieces for the sides. So let me give you some measurements for these pieces. So the red Artisan cardstock for the flap is 6 1/8 by 2 5/8. The pattern paper is 5 7/8 by 2 3/8. So what I did, the area that I covered, okay, so this black area on the flap, the red Artisan cardstock is cut 1/8 inch smaller so that it gives just a little bit of a black border, okay? But I wanted a little more of the red to show, so I cut the pattern paper 1/4 inch smaller than the red. I hope that makes sense, okay? So you have more of a border. You'll have 1/8 inch border with the red, but you'll only have about a 1/16 inch border with the black, okay? So that's for the flap. For the top and the bottom, you'll need 2 pieces of red Artisan that are, again, 6 1/8 by 7/8. Then the pattern paper will be 5 7/8 by 5/8. Okay, so you'll need 2 of those. The back piece, the red Artisan cardstock, is 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. The pattern paper is 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then the front flap piece here is 6 1/8 by 2 7/8. The pattern paper again is 5 7/8 wide by 2 5/8 inch tall. Okay. The sides, the red Artisan cardstock, you'll need 2 of those, 4 1/8 by 7/8, and then the pattern paper is 3 7/8, sorry, by 5/8. Okay, so you'll need 2 of those. So I'm going to put those on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the box covered with pattern paper, and again, we're just going to worry about the outside. We're not going to do the inside. Next thing to do is to go ahead and glue those little tabs onto the sides. So I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue here and match those up, match those corners up, and just let that sit for a second. You can grab a clip and maybe I'll fold that in just for a second and clip that, let it stick. The extra layer of the red Artisan cardstock really does help keep, you know, the sturdiness of the box as well. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, there we go. All right, so we have that. Now, if you want to, and this is what I did, because I'm not covering anything on the inside, I'm going to use a little bitty bit of Scotch tape, and I'm just going to put it at that top edge of the tab, just so that any card that I put in won't get hung up on that tab. Okay, so I just put a little piece right there, kind of like we do with the bottom of our pockets sometimes. But because I'm not covering anything on the inside, I thought, well, if we're putting recipe cards in, I wanted to make sure that they go in nice and freely and don't get hung up on anything. And nobody's going to see that because that's going to be glued up. So it'll be good. So then this just folds down, and then those fold to the side. I'm going to put a little bit of art glitter glue here, and I'm doing it on this side because I don't want to go glue past that up here. I'm going to lay that down, match the sides. I'm going to just put a little clip. It's going to be kind of hard to, you know, clip down there, but I'm using my bone folder and I'm kind of pressing with my fingers and the bone folder up against that on the inside. And we'll do it again over here, which made it a little bit more difficult since I glued that side down, but you get it. There we go. Okay. Take that, clip that over here, and kind of press with my fingers and my bone folder. Okay, let that sit for a minute, and that's done. So look how cute that is. I love that. Super cute. It's going to hold recipes cards like crazy. It has a 1-inch gusset. So the only decoration that I'm going to do on the inside is this little cut apart from the paper collection, and I just cut it out and gently inked the edges just because I'm not backing it with any cardstock or anything. I thought, I don't know, I just thought it would look better on the black if I inked it just a wee bit. And then I'm going to just center it, eyeball center it, but I'm going to center it like right about there. And that is going to be the decoration for the inside, and that's it. Okay, super simple. Belly band is also super simple. You will just need one piece of paper And we'll grab our scoreboard. The belly band is 2 3/4 by 12. And on the 12, you're going to score it at 1 1/8, 5 1/2, 6 5/8, and 11. Okay, that's all you're going to do with that. Now you will notice this tab here is 1 1/8. This is 1. I didn't want to piece the two together, or piece two pieces of cardstock together, I should say. So I decided to do it. I wanted to do it with one piece, and that was the leftover piece from cutting the paper out for the box. So the 1 inch is going to go on the inside. The 1 1/8, this also is 1 1/8. That's going to be the outside. So we're going to glue this piece under here. Okay. So it's just 1/8 of an inch. It's not going to cause any problem. But then you just fold and burnish. Okay. And we can miter this a little bit. So we're mitering the 1 inch piece. So just make sure you're mitering the correct one. Okay. Then we're going to fold that down. We're going to add glue. And then just fold that over, okay? So again, the 1 1/8 inch piece is going on top of that end 1 inch piece, okay? And we'll fold it the other direction. Just make sure everything has a nice burnish. Okay. All right, so there's your belly band for your project. I'm going to trim that off just a wee bit because it looks a little bit crooked. There we go. Okay, so then I've gone ahead and cut my pattern papers and my cardstock again. So you will need 2 pieces of Artisan at 2 5/8 by 4 1/4. And then you're going to need pattern paper that is 2 3/8 by 4. Okay. Then you're going to need 2 pieces for the sides, or the top and the bottom, I should say, that are 2 5/8 by 1. And then you'll need pattern paper that is 2 3/8 by 3/4. Okay. And then these just are going to lay on here and become our decoration. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys. So the box is done, the belly band is done, and then all that's left to do is any other decoration that you might want to do, and then fill it with whatever you want to fill it with. So for the front decoration, I used a little bit of black Artisan cardstock that I had left over in another one of the emblems, and I used my corner punch that kind of mimics the punch here. So then it just slides on there and then opens up. You have this beautiful cut apart to decorate it, and then the rest is black on the inside, and then you can fill it with recipe cards, notebooks, whatever you want to fill it with. For this one here, I did fill it again with some recipe cards that I had, and then I made a little mini composition book with a glitter pen for that. So just a cute little project, and I think that everybody that gets it would love it as a gift. I just think it's really super fun. So that is my quick and easy recipe box, and I'm using What's Cooking with Country Craft Creations, and thanks for watching. I hope the tutorial was helpful, and just remember that with all of the measurements I gave with the cardstock and the pattern paper, so the red cardstock is 1/8 inch smaller than the piece it's covering, and then the pattern paper is 1/4 of an inch smaller than the red Artisan. So that's how I mat my stuff. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be back soon with more tutorials. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.